Hey guys, Dan with Warpaint JKU. Let's talk about hard tops versus soft tops. Check it out. Now, any of you that have seen my Instagram page at Warpaint JKU, you're probably thinking that I'm a soft top guy. And while I would say at this point I definitely am, I was nothing but a hard top guy for a very long time. The only experience I had with soft tops prior to recently was on older Jeeps, and let's face it, those soft tops were just not the quality of the soft tops that are made today, especially in the aftermarket world. Now, there's a place for a hard top. If you live in an area that's super cold and you're not going to really take it off all that often, hard top might be the way to go. If you live in an area that gets feet of snow and you're going to have, a foot and a half of snow regularly piled on top of the roof of your rig, a hard top may be the way to go. But if you're the person that's just simply worried about wind and road noise and water and weather getting in, you might be surprised at this video. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so as you can see behind me, we have Warpaint in the background with a slant back soft top. Now that slant back soft top is made by a company named Bestop. Bestop has been making soft tops for Jeeps for a very long time, and they make them in a very high quality, especially compared to the factory Mopar tops. Now, this particular top is made in twill as opposed to their option in black diamond, which is a higher quality fabric material. And this particular top is called the Bestop Trektop NX Glide. Now, what specifically makes this different from their other Trek top is the fact that it has a system inside of it that allows it to basically fold back like a manual soft top convertible on any other car that's out there. And it kind of just sits right behind the vehicle on the tailgate, folded back like a standard convertible. Let's go over and check out some of the things that make this top different from a lot of the other ones. Now, one of the things that stand out about this top behind me is the fact that it has no zippers. A lot of the older tops had zippers, and that was a point of failure. That's what held in your windows. Now, it's a pro and a con in this top, because while you don't have to worry about the zippers failing and then not being able to reinstall your windows, you also can't roll them up. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean when I remove them in just a second. Another cool thing about this particular top is it has a lot of different configurations. You can leave it completely up the way it is. You can also remove all of your back windows, just use it as like a safari top with the top piece. You can also fold back the front and kind of convert it into a Sunrider, or you can remove the entire thing. So let's check out that Sunrider option. Okay, all you have to do is remove both clips on top of the windshield, just like you would remove your Freedom panels, and you're basically there. And it basically exposes the entire front portion of the Jeep, and it even exposes a little bit of a view for the people in your rear seat as well. Pretty cool. One of the other awesome features of this top, like I stated a minute ago, is that you can actually leave the Sunrider closed and then remove all of your back windows and then just use the top kind of like a safari top. Let's check that out. Okay, so this is super easy. You just have to lift up on the corners of the top. There's just some Velcro holding them down. And then because it doesn't have the zippers, you just have to pull the rear window and slide it out. Also super easy. There's a snap on the inside. There's a couple of pull tabs that allow you to release the track that holds it in along the tub. Open the door so you can get it out of the door surround and slide it out. Same for the other side. Then just simply push the Velcro back down in the corners of the top, close your doors, and you're ready to rock. All right, so as you can see, it just took a couple minutes, not even, probably less than 2 minutes to actually remove all three back windows and the top is still completely covered, so it keeps you nice and shaded on those nice warm days, but still allows you to have that open air feeling, especially if you remove your doors. You can see back here the frame mechanism and part of the frame system that allows you to be able to fold it back like a regular standard convertible. And it has these brackets here that are mounted into factory holes in your factory roll cage with these little pull tabs. And what you would do is pull those completely out, and it would disconnect this arm as well as the one on this side, and that would allow you, once it is folded back, to completely be able to remove the safari portion. It's not 100% necessary, because one of the other really awesome things that this top does is fold back and rest right on top of your tailgate, still giving you the option to open your tailgate and allow you to access your storage in the rear while still enjoying the fact that it's a convertible. Let's check that out. Super easy like the rest of it. You have to open your tailgate. You'll see why in just a second. Remove the clips above the windshield, just like you did to remove either your Freedom panels or open the Sunrider portion. And simply lift it back, just like you did earlier for that Sunrider portion, and pull a little bit of the material out of the hinge mechanisms that it'll fold back nice and easy in just a second. And release the clip that holds the frame to the door surround. Release the clip on the passenger side. And that's pretty easy to do whether you have rock sliders or not, because you could always just open the door and stand on the door sill. When you're done with that, walk to the back of the vehicle, lift up on the tail end, just like so, and fold it back. Now you'll see me here kind of fight with it for a second. That's only because in my rig I have a bolt-in style roll cage and a fire extinguisher that it sometimes gets hung up on. Okay, and as you can see here, even with the door surround still in, you have a completely unobstructed view with the top folded back. If you're interested in that bolt-in roll cage, check out my bolt-in roll cage video. It's actually quite surprising. There we go, opening the back, you can still reach in there, you have access to your cargo area. It's pretty awesome. One of the other pros of a soft top versus a hard top is if you're actually gonna be off-roading. If you're going off-roading and you're getting into a situation where your tree branch or tree or anything is gonna contact the top of your Jeep, it's a lot cheaper and easier to fix that soft top in whichever panel that you damaged than it would be to have the fiberglass redone on a hard top. Now, the other side of that too is that the soft top has a little bit of give, right? So if you're just contacting that tree branch, like I know I've done a bunch of times, your hard top might want to crack, where your soft top will the fabric will kind of give a little bit, right? So it's definitely a little bit more durable than a hard top in that sort of sense. All right, guys, so there you have it. You just saw how easy it was and how many different configurations there were with that Bestop Trektop NX Glide. Now again, the Glide being the specific part of that. They make another one that's not the Glide, that doesn't have the track underneath it to allow you to be able to fold it back like a convertible. It's kind of more of like a stick-on safari top type deal. Also cool, little bit cheaper, good quality, but that's the situation. Now mine is also made out of a twill fabric, which is compared to like what they make the convertible tops out of on a BMW or a Mercedes when you would get a soft top. So the fabric is awesome. They make a slightly lesser quality fabric called Black Diamond, which is more of like your traditional vinyl. Still works well, but it doesn't work as well, right? It's not gonna hold up. It's not quite as durable, but again, a little bit cheaper. Now, this particular top, as I mentioned way in the beginning of this video, if you saw it, the only downside that I potentially saw was the windows. Now the windows are made very well. The stitching is very strong. That's not going to be an issue. But the issue becomes when you're out on the trail and you might want to roll up your back window and you decide that you want to remove them. You really can't do that. As simply as you can remove them, you really can't remove them on the spot without a place to store them. Let me explain. These are my windows that I removed. I have the back one, and then I laid the sides right on top. The problem with these windows is the fact that on the sides, let me show you the big back window. On the sides, you have a plastic track that locks into a channel that is actually over here, and it locks into this channel on these side windows. So because you have that plastic track in there, you can't roll it up, that plastic track always has to remain nice and flat and straight. If you rolled it up, you would ruin it. Now, Bestop does make a storage bag for those that keeps them nice and flat and allows you to basically hang them off the back of your seat in your JK. But the problem with that is if you have a spare tire and tools or maybe a subwoofer back there, you can't really hang it off your rear seat. I have that stuff in the back of my Jeep when I'm wheeling, so I have to lay them on the ground in the garage. But I lay them on the ground right in the center. I back the Jeep over it. It's no big deal. But you need a place to store them, and you have to make the decision on whether you want to remove your windows before you head out for the day on the trail. That's the only downside. But guys, there you have it, okay? Soft top versus hard top. I used to be a hard top guy. I am now a soft top guy.